Hello, and welcome to the BWIO show. Today I'm here with Lucy Taylor, who is the CEO and founder of Project Fly LA. Hi, Lucy.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And I just love Lucy because she just radically loves herself and she's just the epitome of like a great best friend, a big sister, just everything that you want to have in a person that you love. And I want you to tell me about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm Miss Namakal's big sister, number one. I am a mother of three with two amazing bonus children and an awesome grandson. I'm also the founder of a nonprofit called Project Fly LA here in Los Angeles. Although we're based in Los Angeles, we have done work in other cities for the inner city youth and anywhere in the ages 5 to 17. We host self-love events and self-love programs for the children to remind themselves of their self-worth.
That is amazing. And can you tell me a little bit about your journey? Like, what do you do now?
My journey as far as like in healing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I put myself in therapy about 2.5 years ago. And it was almost like a flight or risk. Like I was either going to be here or I wasn't, because I still battled with depression for a very long time and thoughts of suicide. So I took the time to actually start taking accountability for my actions and for how I was showing up in the world, which is so important for us to get out of that blame game. And this is me, and this is me, and this happened to me, so I can't do this. And so just really taking the time to go within, which is so important. And people don't realize that it starts, our happiness starts with us.
Right. I think that that's such an amazing thing because to know you now, I would never have imagined that you've only been like in therapy for 2 years. I think that you've been doing this for like 50 years and you're like loving yourself and it makes so much sense to you.
Yeah, well, first I need to be on the earth for 50 years, okay? Let me get there first.
Let me not give you too many years.
Yes, but no, it's your character. It's how you show up.
Right.
It's like, it's different from being desperate to wanting to be loved and knowing that you are loved,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like when you're desperate to be loved, you're grabbing at everything, you're holding on to things, right? And then when you learn your self-worth, you know that and you show up, and then you meet beautiful souls like you.
Oh,
God brought me you at the right time. And it was perfect because look at our friendship, look at our sistership.
right.
You know, and our sistership's been going on. Literally, I met you 8 months, 9 months after I started my healing journey.
Wow.
And look at how close we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that is truly a beautiful thing. So thank you for your friendship.
Yes. I love you. I love it. And I love you too. It gives me so much hope, like, because I just started therapy like 1 week ago. I mean, this week. and
Congratulations.
and it just feels like it's just such a different relationship from, the healing work that we do outside of therapy. It's like a very different relationship. And it's like one of the things that she was saying, she's like, this is a relationship that's going to be only about you. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know I needed that.
Yes.
So it just gives me a lot of hope to like seeing like even in the next 9 months or the next 2 years, it can be a lot of transformation. And that makes me very hopeful.
Yes. You continue to transform. Like right now, I'm reading the book again, The 5 Love Languages, and
Mm-hmm.
I really feel that you need to check in with yourself and if you have a partner, every year, because every year you change.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the same butterfly. You
Mm-hmm.
continue to grow, your wings expand. You might even go back into being a caterpillar because life has brought different challenges, right?
Right.
So you might even go backwards for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have that opportunity to grow again and again. So I think that's the beautiful thing of healing. And when therapists focus on you and not help you blame others.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That you have to really find a therapist or a friend who has been through things, or a colleague who has been through things and who has been successful at overcoming them.
Mm-hmm.
They can give you insight. I'd rather take, and I say this all the time, I'd rather take advice from a drug addict that has kicked drugs than someone who read about it in a book.
True.
It's like, I just got my degree in this, so I can tell you everything, but you haven't felt that addiction.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
haven't been on that floor crying and shaking the way I have.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather talk to someone in the streets
Yeah.
and work out my problems, to be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
because they know where I've been.
Right.
So yes, I'm totally an advocate for therapy. However you get it, whatever works for you, everyone is different.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. Just do it and start taking that accountability.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, I feel like a big part of self-love is being accountable for yourself. So, what would
Yeah.
you? Is there like some advice that you would give people who are struggling to figure out what is self-love and like getting beyond the negativity that they feed themselves?
Biggest number one is stop looking at everybody else as the problem,
Mm-hmm.
and that does not mean that you're the problem or the challenge. That means look within and see how you can respond differently.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to listen and not be defensive? Do you need to show up with a better attitude? You're like, oh my God, I'm dreading going to work. Oh God, shit. Oh God. By the time you get to work, you just walked in with that cloud.
Yeah.
And now someone that was there that was feeling good, now they feel like you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you got to check in with yourself. Another thing is surround yourself with positive people. And if you don't have a positive crew, because sometimes we don't,
Mm-hmm.
and once you start going to therapy, you'll start losing friends. You'll start losing people that weren't meant for you. So if you don't have that, be that. Check in with God, or check in with Buddha, or check in with Allah, check in with whatever you believe in, even if it's just your grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Check in with her before you walk through those doors that you really don't want to be at. Another thing is starting to be thankful. Thankful that you have a job to walk into. Thankful that you have an unemployment check to receive during these COVID times.
Right.
We have to be thankful that I have a table to have an interview with you at right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have Wi-Fi, you have Wi-Fi.
Right.
Even if it's not the best Wi-Fi, we still have it.
Yes.
Thankful you have clothes. You got to show up in gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the only thing that you're going to do is complain and not take accountability, you're going to be here a year from now, 2 years from now, 4 years from now.
Right.
And all I can do is pray for you. Because you can't keep repeating those cycles and expecting to drain other people.
Right.
And expecting them to continue to show up when you don't show up for you.
Yes. Like that, like, it's so powerful, because I feel like a lot of times when we're younger, we have these relationships that are stimulated by being close together and having issues. You know what I'm saying? So you try to figure out, like, you grow up and you still with these people and you still having these same relationships that kind of feed you, like, oh yeah, it's sad, men are trash, or anything
right.
Everybody is out to get you or whatever. So and that same mentality can kind of make you feel, it makes you feel fake powerful. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel fake validated. And it's just not, it's really not healthy. And I love how you're talking about just being grateful for the things that are happening in every single moment. And that really can get you through, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Even in wanting a husband or wanting a wife, surround yourself with people that want that too. If you're hanging out with your single people, or you're hanging out with a man that he cheats on his wife, or a woman that cheats on her husband, or if they're gay, what have you, what are they teaching you when you want to be faithful to your partner? They're like, oh man, I would just go, but you're not happy, and we are. So you got to surround yourself with people who have dreams, who have goals, who are hitting their goals. One of my biggest pet peeves is hanging around people that don't follow through. It's like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go there, and then I'm like 2 months later, so what did you do?
Right.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna get to that. And it's like, okay, just do one thing. And then the next day, if you didn't do that thing that day, transfer that on your journal or your planner to the next day that you still need to do it.
Right.
Follow up with yourself. You know what I mean? Even if it's 5 minutes towards your goal.
Right.
Looking up how much it is to start a business. 5 minutes. Go out of it, take those notes. Next day, do another 5 minutes. It really isn't like you have to be great tomorrow. When you start a diet, you're not going to lose that 80 pounds tomorrow.
Right.
You're going to lose it in a year.
Right.
And it took you 5 years to gain 80 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people look for quick fixes and like, okay, I'm here and okay, let's do it. But they only have that thrive, like that passion at that moment. And the moment they get a no, they're over it.
It kills it. Yeah.
Oh, it kills it. Like, okay, I got this idea to make these cards. Oh my God, I'm gonna go do it. You call the vendor and they're like, well, we can't have it done for 2 months. What? You know what? This is why I shouldn't have did it. This is exactly why I shouldn't have did it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that little noise in the background.
Okay.
So for me, it's like surrounding myself with people who are actually hitting their goals and helping them and praying for them and loving on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because without the support, even just from God, our silent, completely silent supporter. He is our silent supporter.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of complaining to him, love on him or whatever you believe in,
right.
Love on them because they're here for us. So you do have a best friend out there. Even if it's the universe, if it's the moon, the stars, you have ancestors out there that you love. Call on them.
Right.
You really got to reach at times bigger than what you've been doing because obviously you're in this space. 2.5 years ago, I was looking over a balcony and saying, I want to end it. This is it. I'm tired. I wasn't crying in a corner. I was tired.
Right.
But I knew how much God loved me that he wouldn't let me die. I'd probably break an arm. I'd probably break a hip.
Girl.
You know, I'm limping over here. But he wasn't going to let me go.
Right.
That's how good the universe is, or what you believe in is. You're going to be okay eventually, but you got to do the work.
Right.
I hate when people say, oh, you'll be okay. Girl, call me back. You know you'll be fine. You in that tragic relationship, you'll be fine. Call me back, girl. That's not what you say.
Right.
No, and everything isn't going to be fine today. You got to do the work. Remind your friends to do the work.
Right.
You know?
Talking about friendship, this is a little bit off script, but just like, how do you love, you have this friend and you want to love them and they're in a situation that might not be the healthiest for them, whether it be an abusive relationship, just not having the best attitude or just going through things that are difficult for them. How do you love a friend like that and still take care of yourself?
First of all, you got to take care of yourself first. You got to pray before you meet with that friend. You have to go into the conversation, not like, oh, here we go again. Hey, Kim. Like, it's your attitude. How are you coming in? Because you already know Kim has some stuff going on.
Right.
Let's hope for the best that Kim doesn't have nothing going on that day. And then don't ask questions like, girl, is he over there still acting up? Why would you promote to hear the negativity when you don't want to hear the negativity?
Right.
You don't have time for Kim's negativity or what she's going through. That's one part. Once again, how do we show up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So fast forward, if it is draining you, find out why, again, check in with yourself. What can you relate to Kim? Because obviously your friendship mirrors each other. Start giving Kim feedback of what you've been through and how you've overcome it. Hold Kim accountable. Stop talking about her boyfriend and start talking just with Kim. How did you show up? What did you do?
Right.
And she's going to be like, what did I do? What do you mean? This is him. No, when he came home, tell me where the fight started. And then let's talk. Let me be your girl. Let me be your friend. Let me be your sister. Because I want you to be better with or without him. You could start reading a book with your friend, sending her audiobooks like, girl, I'm reading this, and really read it. Really get a book and read it. There's a book out there that's called, and I'm not affiliated with whatsoever with them. It's called A Breakup Because It's Broken. And it's such an inspirational book because it really talks about us as women or men holding on to things that are not good for us, that we knew the entire time was not good for it. It's broken. And what ends up being is it was broken inside of us. And we were trying to heal us with more dysfunction because sometimes that's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
So to go back to answer your question is show up in different ways that are positive.
Right.
Don't add to her. Don't talk about that person with her. Talk about her.
Right.
And don't demean her. She's already getting that, or she's already giving that.
Right.
Don't say I told you so.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. That's the worst thing you can say. Don't. But you can remind them. Remember, we had this conversation. And what did we say then? Like, what? How are you going to show up then?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's going to be defensive, and that's another thing that kills relationships, friendships, loverships, all of that. When people don't listen.
Right.
Like, you know what, Kim, I love you. But until you're ready to listen, I don't want to lose you. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, we're just going back and forth like you do with him. That's not us. Come on, girl.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
You know, and once again, just remind them of what you've been through.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about us. It really is. I'm not telling you that you have to take on all the women in the world that have trauma,
Right.
because your friendships are going to start to change,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you start to heal, your friendships and who you surround yourself with are going to change. Doesn't mean you don't love Kim,
Mm-hmm.
but eventually your group, your crew, whoever, your girls, you're going to have to grow and elevate. And you can still love Kim. You just don't have to get emotionally involved. It's not for you to fix. That's Kim's.
Yeah. Girl, you tell me something, honey. Speak to my spirit, okay?
Ashe?
Ashe, honey. That was
Ashe.
Yeah, that was perfect. I love everything you said there, and I think it's just very valuable because we take on so much and we try to fix so much, and it can be overwhelming. And you want to be loving to the people that you have been in relationship to. But like that thing when you said about the mirroring, I was like, okay, because that's true. Because we are mirroring each other, and there's something that we are both learning, or something that is drawing us to each other in that moment.
Even in partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're desperate to find someone, God, the universe, or Rumilad, is going to send you someone that's desperate too. Mm-hmm. That's not love.
Mm-hmm.
That's not love. It's like, oh my God, okay, I got it. Okay, this is good.
Right.
But you guys don't really know each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what you've been begging for. Sit back. Let the universe do what it does. And that right time that you're at the record store or you're at the grocery store, you're talking to a friend and they're like, oh, I have someone for you. And I don't even believe in that. I'm like, I'm not hooking up two crazy people. I've never hooked up two people. Like, people have gotten together because they've been my friends,
right.
But I didn't do it. I'm like, I'm not in it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear about it.
Right.
Because everybody has a different personality. I'm a close friend to you. I feel that one of your close friends, but I'm your friend. So I don't know how you are in a relationship.
Yeah.
So if I start dating one of your friends and I'm like, girl, but when he gets home, he's just, you're like, well, you don't know that part.
Right. You've never seen
So
it.
you might start looking at me crazy
mm-hmm.
because you don't know me in a relationship. And actually you and I had a conversation about that at a bar in DC, like, girl, if this was a man and he did this, and you were like, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Because I am a lesbian, I have lesbian relationships, mm-hmm. and people tend to overlook what lesbians go through. It's a relationship.
Right.
So if I wouldn't want my husband to do that, mm-hmm. why would I want my wife to do that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And everyone else in the world is like, oh, girl, you gotta be fine, girl. No. I'm here to hold everybody accountable.
Okay. You do. You do.
You already know.
We was at a party.
Not playing no games.
We was at a party on Instagram. Lucy told us we got 8 minutes left in the party. Lucy, get out.
Head to the dance floor. We got 4 minutes. The countdown is real. We got 4 minutes, ladies. I love you guys. The lights are about to turn on. Where's the cute girl?
We got 1 minute and 47 seconds left.
So them lights come on. Now everybody knows when the lights come on at the club. I don't care if it's my age or age. When them lights come on, everyone is a different person.
Different person.
So think about that in life.
Mm-hmm.
You look one way on Instagram, right? People in general. We
Right.
look one way. We only post our positive things, and we're posting these positive posts. But is that how you live at home? Because your wife knows you. Your friends know you. Is
Mm-hmm.
that really what you live by?
No.
That's the lights coming on in the club. So
Right.
you'll see, I will post sadness. I will post funny, almost ratchet posts. I will post things that I am truly going through, or just something that I connected with,
Mm-hmm.
or something that someone else could connect with. It
Right.
might not have nothing to do with my life. Like, oh my God, she must be going through a breakup. No, I was actually at home watching TV and thought it was
Right.
cool, because we all need to heal in different ways, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We just have to start showing up as our authentic self, and it's okay to not be okay.
Yes, yes. And I think that's the most important part of self-love, especially now, because we all know, like, because I do, I do stuff for opera singers and for opera
Yeah.
singers, and we all unemployed. I mean, some of us may be working a little bit more than others virtually or doing different, but we all kind of in the same place where things are getting canceled, and we feel like our dreams are like 10,000 miles away now, even further away, because society doesn't value us already. Then they're not giving money to the arts to support us. And then even if we get that money, it's not coming to the artists, the people that need it the most. So
Right.
it's like right now is the perfect time to be okay with being okay and to choose
Absolutely.
to love that not okay right now. Like
Absolutely.
it's like literally you have to love that not okay.
Absolutely. Another thing it teaches us right now is how we handle our finances.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're getting paid per gig, I'm going to just use that word,
Right.
per performance, and you got a lump sum, did you put any of that money up? Because now COVID-19 just taught you to how to put your money up.
Yeah.
And what you really don't need. You don't need to spend $200 at Target. You can spend 100.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really need that extra 3 toothpaste? I'm a big person. I'm buying extra things, but it showed me, do I really need these things?
Right.
Like underneath my kitchen looks like Target, right? It does. I've gone into my cabinet and now I'm down to the bare minimum, but it's okay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it really shows you to refocus. And another thing for the people that aren't employed at this time, what are your other gifts? Do you know how to write resumes? Do you are you creative in making bracelets? Like what can you do to make other income, and just try it.
Right.
Just try it. There's places, Starbucks is still hiring, and a lot of the doors aren't open. You could go work at Starbucks. That's just, I'm again not affiliated with Starbucks whatsoever. But there are other things that you can do during this time. You're not lost. You're not hopeful. You're an opera singer. Like what bigger thing with a bigger voice can you be?
Right.
Can you help students?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give classes, piano classes,
Yeah.
over virtual, or if it's you and them, like Lysol and the mask? What can you do right now? Be creative in that, because all of your performances aren't handed to you. People might call you for referrals,
Right.
but you have to work for them.
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 is showing you to work for your check, because the government will do what the government's going to do.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So right now is not a time to say, woe is me, because they want us to give up. They want people of color to give up.
Mm-hmm.
Throw in the towel. More suicide. That's fine. More people off the planet. That's fine. Not today.
Right.
Not tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just find creative ways. Work on your pitch. Just go in your mind. What can I do right now that would generate some income? Or do I need to take a job that normally I wouldn't take to be happy? Not to survive, but to be happy, because I like to go to Target.
Right.
I'm not affiliated with Target, but I should be.
You should be. And thank coming 2020.
Yes. Come get those big, somebody's investment in Target.
That is amazing. I feel like you just dropped so many great, amazing gems. And you were talking about like being creative with the things that, you're passionate about. How has self-love really helped you in your business endeavors?
You know what? That's a great question. It's self-love for me. It's once again, how I show up, right? It's your passion. If you can be passionate about something and have a horrific day, a horrific month, and you're like, oh, let me just go knock this out. natural, no, I don't. The ability to sing. I can sing on cue, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my wish in the Lord. I can sing on cue. So I can just sing no matter what I'm going through.
Right.
But am I happy after I did that song?
Mm-hmm.
Am I happy after I did that performance? Robin Williams can make all of us laugh, all of us,
mm-hmm.
and still kill themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, it's how we show up. Are we happy? Because we're responsible for our happiness. Yeah. We're so responsible to look in that mirror. If you don't like what you have on, put the outfit on that you do like. Make yourself cute. It's up to you.
Right.
You can't blame anybody else for what you have in your closet when you bought it.
Mm-hmm.
If you gained a little weight, go find some pants on sale for $5. If you don't have those pants on sale for $5, pull out your Spanx. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go. Like that is my word, my 2 words. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Right.
I've just had a conversation with a couple of exes, and it was like, Lucy, you're like this. Girl, I had to own my, and I am.
Yeah.
And I am. And I'm not about to let you take me somewhere backwards because you're not there yet. And that's okay. Number one, totally okay. Mm-hmm. But people will try to strip you from your power that you've gained, that you've worked for, right. that you're still sitting in. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am like this. And that's what works for me. I can't drag anybody, honey. I can't drag you and come on, let's be successful. Come on, let's be okay. I could just show you what I'm doing and maybe it'll rub off on you. Maybe my prayers will be answered for you. But we have to show up at our places of employment mm-hmm. in our best selves, because that's why they hired us. When we interviewed, we were our best self, had that same outfit on that we don't like today, and our hair was good. Yes, and then I can do this, and I'm great at this, and I'm easy to learn. Yeah. But then you get the job at the pay that you wanted, mm-hmm. and you're like, girl, oh my God, get me out of this office. I don't want mm-hmm. to be here. You get that man that you wanted. Oh my, girl, I can't stand his ass. Sorry. But, I can't. But what can you do? You can listen. You can listen to your partner. You can listen to yourself. Mm-hmm. You can love yourself more and take care of yourself. If you need 5 minutes, go take the fucking 5 minutes. Your man's not going to disappear. And if he does, bye. Bye, because you weren't who God sent for me. Mm-hmm. Seriously, we got to show up in our employment the way we want our children to. Mm. The way we want our siblings to. I told my sister not to take a job. She got a promotion at Bank of America. And I said, you can't even be on time 5 minutes down the street. I raised her, by the way. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you can't even be on time 5 minutes down the street. Right. How are you going to be on time 45 minutes on the freeway? Yeah. She says, and we are very good in a better space. She says, you're just jealous. You don't want me to be promoted. You're not happy for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, I just don't want you not to have a job. Right. Within a very short time frame, after 10 years of being at that bank, she lost her job. Mm. And she had just bought a house. Oh, wow. I didn't want my sister to fail. Right. But we have to love ourselves enough to accept when people are on our side. Mm-hmm. Because we get so defensive when we don't love ourselves. That we think everyone's out to get us, and we got this point to prove. We got something to say, and before you're finished with your sentence, I got my answer. Yeah, I got my answer. Right. But did you hear me? Right. Because that's not what I said. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You get their self-love order wrong. I definitely encourage, and again, not affiliated, for everyone to read the 5 love languages. Mm-hmm. For everyone to read The Greater You by Russell Clayton. Life-changing. And I'm even willing from Project File A to donate some books if anybody's watching this and doesn't have the money right now because of COVID. I will purchase the books and we will donate because it's crucial for all of us to love ourselves right now. Right. We give off that energy. When we don't, our kids don't. Mm-hmm. Our siblings don't. Our mothers feel like they failed as a mother. Like, oh my God, what did I do? Mm-hmm. But it has nothing to do with anyone else. We got to get right. Right. So people believe in us. So when COVID is done, we can do more gigs.
Right.
Right? Because of how you're treating yourself right now, in 6 months from now, when they want to hire somebody, I don't know if her voice is worn out. I don't know. And I'm saying voice because you guys are in opera.
Mm-hmm.
That is your life. That is your whole, that is your moneymaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking care of yourself? How did you eat? How's your voice today? Are you training it throughout COVID?
Yeah.
Because we're going to be out of this. Don't know when.
Right.
Are you training? Are you still practicing?
Yeah.
You can't go to that next rehearsal appointment or interview like, I mean, you know it's been COVID, right? They don't give a shit. Because they're trying to make their money to fill up, however they're going to fill up these stadiums or whatever they're going to do for you guys. Like, they're trying to fill them up. They don't care that you didn't train.
Mm-hmm.
They want the people that were still mastering their craft during this time. And if you love yourself, you will. Because God gave you that talent.
Yes.
He didn't give it to me. I really don't know why. Probably because I would sing every sentence, every argument, and anything I've encountered. Like, I would sing it.
Lucy would.
Could you imagine
a one-woman musical?
Honey, I wouldn't even want a relationship because I just want to get streets.
I believe that with all my
God, if I could sing, girl. Sonia used to give me singing classes for Christmas, so I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yes, because she really doesn't want me to sing right now.
Okay.
At all.
I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait.
Oh, I'll be calling.
So, I guess this is the last question. If you could write an opera, what would it be about?
Okay, so if I could run an opera, it would be about a woman named Sunflower and about her life. And there would be sunflowers on the stage, and from baby sunflowers all the way to grown and tall sunflowers, even when the sunflowers were like weeping, you know, it would be the different stages, and it would talk about life and where she was to where she is, and that we can stand tall. And I just like this powerful voice that opera singers have when she's trying, like she's had all these victories. Right. It just gets louder and more nurturing and more like just takes over. Yeah. And everyone that leaves there feels that they can be better because Sunflower was better and she was relatable. Right. You know? Mm-hmm. So I think just the pictures of the sunflowers growing, and even in the bad times, right? Because it's not always good. Mm-hmm. Or they're falling over or whatever, but then at the end, the stage filled with these magnificent sunflowers and this woman, and she's all in gold and just, a story about a woman named Sunflower.
I love that. Okay, all right, opera.
Yes, girl, let me get this voice. I'm coming for you guys. I'm coming. So if you don't get the gig, that was God's calling. It was meant for.
It was never. I can't wait. January 2021, Lucy.
Right. He's gonna give it to me during COVID when no one can be in the theater.
Oh gosh, girl.
Yes, I so appreciate you bringing me on. I'm so glad that we're having these conversations right now on different platforms, because it really is a tough time, a challenging time. Yeah. With Black Lives Matter, because they do. Yeah. Always, not just today, always. We're being taught hate. We're being taught right now to be secluded. Yeah. But if you flip that script, and this is me in real life, if you flip that script of what we're being taught to take care of our homes. Mm-hmm. We're being taught to manage our money. Right. We're being taught to be alone, to take care of ourselves, and to get that help, and to read that book, and to get rest. Mm-hmm. Get rest. Yes. For myself, I'm going, you know, I'll go. Right. It's taught me how to take a nap, and it's okay. Yeah. Not feel guilty about it. Mm-hmm. It's taught me how to binge watch TV shows, and I love doing that after work. Right. It's my downtime. On the flip side of it, with Black Lives Matter, it's taught us community.
Yes. Yeah.
It's taught us love. It's taught us how powerful we truly are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very disappointed in the lives that we've lost, and it's hurt us as a nation.
Right.
But it's also brought out and exposed people's true feelings.
Right.
So you've been working side by side with the woman that really hates Black people. And now she's saying it.
Yeah.
So guess what? Thank you, God. Doesn't mean you have to react bad negatively, because now you have a job to show up
Mm-hmm.
in the perfect Black woman that you are,
Right.
and show what love is.
Mm.
Because all we want, every person of color, I don't care, Latina, Black, whatever, brown and Black, right?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, all we want is it for it to stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want you to go away. We want you to stop in love.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what this is showing us too.
Right.
Stop the madness and just love. Can we exist?
Yeah, no.
Can we exist? We don't have to be at your dinner table. We don't have to be at your house.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that within you.
Right.
Why do you hate me so much?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm strong? Because I'm different? Well, guess what? So are you.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So just flip anything that comes in your life, flip it.
Right.
Continue to flip it.
I love that.
Yeah. So everybody can check out, I'm going to give a little plug for Project Fly LA.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The website, www.projectflyla.org.
Mm-hmm.
Our PayPal, because we do need donations to do what we do. And that's another thing. I've flipped it for taking care of children to actually taking care of the elders at this time. So I go deliver groceries to families that need it,
Yeah.
very close family members to me, but it's just making that difference still in the community,
Right.
because they matter, you know? And then myself and Nobody Jones Boutique came together. They have a small business company called SOLA. We came together and did 6 grants with donations to different minority businesses, Black-owned businesses, people of color as well, Latina business as well. We gave them $500 grants.
Wow, yeah.
So any money that's donated in goes directly out to the community.
Mm-hmm.
So I want everyone that can, if you can't donate to Project Fly LA, keep us in your prayers.
Yeah.
Keep us in your thoughts. If someone says, you know, I want to get involved with a nonprofit. Oh, I know of one. Just keep our name out there.
Right.
Keep our name in people's mouths.
Yes. I love it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.